Hello, hello, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. Obviously, if you hear the noises, as you guys know, I sit on a stability ball, and I'm kind of excited because I'm back on my ball. I'm feeling a little better physically, thank God. Any questions as to what it is that I do, how do I do it, services that I provide, any information on Patreon or anything else like that, down below in the description. Kind of feel this energy. Plus I'm lost and things like that when it comes to this current reading. But I know everybody's kind of wondering like, what reading is this? So this is Leo's. Um, Leo, your song is "Treat You Better," and the verse that jumped out to me while I was listening to the song was, "But I see it on your face when you say that he's the one that you want, and you're spending all your time in this wrong situation." And it's like, as always, I always say, feel free to reverse the roles. Um, but before we go ahead and we jump into focusing on the candle and the water, this is a connection where, obviously, between two people that has been split, and someone within this connection has chosen to move forward, has chosen to be with somebody that is not just all about talk, but somebody that actually has action behind their words. And the person that is still stuck in the past, or is still stuck in wanting to reconnect with their ex, let's put it that way, is regretting everything that he or she did or didn't do. The actions that they took that harmed the relationship, or the actions, the inactions that also caused harm to the connection. So with that in mind, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the screen a little so we can focus on the water and candle. The lights are going to be a little um, low for the next couple of weeks, just until my vertigo, with because of the concussion, gets a little better. So just an FYI. Alrighty. There is one or the other. Doesn't really matter whether it's you or your person, but there is somebody that is revisiting the past a lot, and is we can revisit the past, as I always say, as long as we're learning from it. But getting stuck in those energies of what we could have or should have done differently really is not going to allow us to grow unless we actually start to take actions towards changing things that we did in the past. But I feel that this person is tormenting themselves. There's somebody here that is tormenting themselves because of their behavior. Whether it was something that they said directly to you, or something that they said behind your back, or something that they did to you, or something, a secret, or something that they try to keep from you. But whatever it is, this person really regrets it, but is in an essence not allowing themselves to move forward. So as they're seeing you moving forward in a new connection, or they're seeing you putting yourself out there, knowing that you will meet somebody that is at your vibrational level, let's put it that way, and they are terrified of that. So the only thing is, my advice would be to be very mindful that this person doesn't try and play any mind games to try and keep you stuck in the energies that they're currently in, because this person has a lot of growth to do. This person really does not know who he or she it truly is, and or are, whatever the heck you want to use. My head is like spinning right now. Anyways, so just be careful with communication when it comes to this person. I feel that this person is going to literally try and project a lot of their own self insecurity, a lot of their own pain onto you. And when that doesn't seem to work, then they're coming from an angle of wanting to ruin your new connection, or the current connection that you're having with another person, by either bringing up your past. So the things that you probably are not as proud that you had done in the past, or things that you have outgrown, certain energies that you had outgrown. Maybe you were a person that threw a lot of tantrums, or you were a person that seeked revenge a lot. Whatever it was that you outgrew, whatever it was that you healed, this person in an essence is trying to get your person to see you as who you were probably like 5 or 6 years ago, when you were hurt yourself, when you had not healed. So be very careful with that, because when people are really hurt, and when people really feel like they have lost someone, that can take somebody to a very dark place, to a place where all they want is to inflict pain. And it doesn't have to be physical pain. A lot of this pain is emotional. So they want to inflict emotional pain on the person that they feel is inflicting the pain upon them. And when a person is in that type of energy, we have to always remember that they have not healed. They have not gone through the process. They have not look at the reflection. They have not seen their true nature when it comes to their shadow side, when it comes to their dark side. They still are avoiding to admit that part of themselves, because it is easier to go ahead and blame someone else for the consequences of the actions that they themselves took or didn't take. And it's basically like what I'm feeling, and like what I'm sensing is like, this is for, I'm picking up somebody that has had a lot of back and forth with another person. And the person that finally decided to move on, and either started or is going to be starting in a new connection with another person, really, at the beginning, when you guys were constantly like trying, you guys, neither of you were really trying. But when you went through your process, and when you went ahead and you went inside and you healed, and you realized what was really happening, and the things within yourself that you really didn't like, and the things inside yourself that you knew that you had to heal, that you knew that you had to confront, when you went ahead and you did that, when you kept on trying with this person, you were really trying. But I feel that your ex, if they're an ex, whatever they are to you, has a really hard time with confrontation, as far as when it comes to like debating, when it comes to let me talk and then you talk, and then I talk and then you talk, like, that debate back and forth. Instead, they either lash out screaming and yelling, or they storm out. They do not know how to carry a conversation where there is an equal give and take. And even though they're feeling like they're losing you, or that they lost you, they're still coming from that same angle as, I want you. You can't be with anybody else. Nobody else can have you. And it's still a one-sided. So be very mindful of that, because I feel like this person is very good with words. This person is very good in getting you to fall for what they want at the moment. But once they have the satisfaction of ruining things from you and getting you out of a place where you seem happy, or at a place where you feel good, then there's nothing else for them to destroy. And then that's when they decide to walk away. So I do sense that some of you do want this person back, and some of you are going to either not start a new connection or leave a connection that you recently started to go back with this person. And if you do, just be mindful that if this person comes back with the same patterns that they did in the past, and they haven't grown and they haven't done any changes, and you'll know, because intuitively, unless you want to lie to yourself, let's just put it that way. So if you go ahead and you go back with this person, then a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, do not blame anyone, not even this person. Cannot blame anyone other than yourself for being stuck in the same situation that you were a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Because this person has not done what needs to be done to grow within. So if you choose to go back to this person, and we're talking about at this moment, so within the next 3 to 4 weeks, if you choose to go back with this person, you're going to get stuck in their cycle. Where, from what I'm picking up, a lot of you have nothing more to learn in these energies. So it is up to you if you feel that love is enough to stop you from becoming the best version of yourself. If love is enough to stop you from pursuing your dreams. Is love enough from keeping you stuck? Is love enough for to start all over with those, fighting those thoughts about insecurities, those thoughts about self-worth? Is this person, the love that you have, the unconditional love that you have for this person, not the love that they have for you, because this person, they love you. Let's put it this way. They love the idea of you. And I know this is going to hurt a lot of people. They love, if a person truly does not love themselves, and you can tell when a person doesn't love themselves by the way that they carry themselves, by the way, the actions that they take, everything. If a person does not love themselves, then there is no possible way that you can actually love another person. They love the idea of you loving them. They love the idea of what you can bring to help them. They love the idea of having you around, but they do not know what it means to actually love someone else unconditionally. Because a lot of the actions that this person has taken in the past, and a lot of the actions that they're currently taking, reflects that they themselves have no self-love and no self-respect. They don't see the worth within themselves. So if you feel that the love that you have for them is enough to bring you fulfillment, to bring you happiness, to you're comfortable staying stuck, then go ahead. We all have free will. We all make our own choices. We all create our own reality. But just be mindful, in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, do not blame anyone else other than yourself from getting stuck in these energies. Sometimes the best thing that we can do when we truly love a person, when we truly get to that place of unconditional love, is to walk away, because we know that that person is not at a place where we can actually have a connection that is going to be an equal give and take. So if I know that, and this is not just romantically, this is any type of relationship or connection that you have with people. If I have a friend, let's say, and every time he or she has a problem, calls me, and I'm always picking up and I'm always giving advice and this and this and that. And then the minute that I have a problem, let's say, and I call them and they're like, well, I don't know. Or they have no time, or they don't answer, or they kind of blame you, whatever it is. You'll know what the energy is when it's not reciprocated. Not every time that we try to communicate with other people are we expecting a response. Sometimes we want to speak to people just to vent, just to have people listen to what we have to say, right? Or just to have somebody to confide in. But there are people that you have spent a lot of time in helping in general, but are people that when you have felt at your lowest, when you have had your rough time, won't even answer your text or won't even answer your phone call. And the thing that I love is that some people be like, oh, I didn't hear my phone. Oh, I didn't do that. And 90% of the time, people are on their phones, right? I love, see that? Do not disturb. Oh, you can't see it, but the little, do not disturb. I love having that thing on my phones because it really does shut the world out. And I do that most of the time. My phone is on do not disturb, to be honestly, because I feel that I rather people call me than text me because I actually like to speak to people. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. The whole point is that when people start to, let's say, make excuses for not being there for you, just know that without saying it, they are saying and letting you know where you stand in their life. I hope that makes sense. So, whether I do feel that this is more of a love situation than anything else, but even if it was to be like, let's say, a job, maybe you're putting in too much in a job and your efforts are not being recognized, or your efforts are not being rewarded the way that they should. Maybe you put in for a promotion and somebody else got it over you. Whatever it is, whatever the situation is, if you feel that you are giving too much and are not receiving the equal energy back, then why are you still in that current situation? Or why are you wishing to go back to that situation? Something that you really have to think about. I feel like I have something stuck. My teeth, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this message with an oracle card. I am not going to read the message just because the words are a little too small, and reading and all of that stuff is still causes my headaches to come back. So what is Leo's advice for the next 3 or 4 weeks? There we go. That's a lot of cards, Leo. You gotta relax. Oh no, it's only 2. Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. And She-Wolf. Unleash the wild within. And with this Heart Guardian, the love and let yourself be loved, we always have to remember to always make sure that we're coming for from a place of unconditional love, and that the love that we're receiving is from the same place, that we are not receiving or accepting love that is conditional. So if is this person coming back, or the job that's offering you, whatever it is that is being presented towards you, is there conditions to it? Are there things about yourself that you have to change? Is there a certain way that you have to dress? And I'm not talking about when it comes to work. I'm not talking about like, oh my God, they're going to make me wear scrubs. Okay, if you're a nurse, you're wearing scrubs. That's not what I mean. But I mean, is there something about you that you have to hide in order to gain this? And is this, whatever that opportunity is, worth it? Is it worth giving that part of yourself up? With the She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. It is time for you to just be you. Stop making excuses for why you just can't go for it. Okay, if you moved on in a new connection and your ex is crying and your ex is begging you and this and this and that, you're not responsible for their pain, because there has been a series of events that have gotten both of you to the point where you are now, that have gotten both of you to the point where now you are ready to move on with another connection. So you are not responsible for the guilt that they are feeling and that they're trying to put onto you at the moment. So my questions to you is, why are you holding back on your happiness, on your life, on your peace of mind? Worrying about somebody that right now, their only goal is for you not to move on, because they themselves have yet to move on correctly. Let's put it that way. So, Leo, that is up to you, loves. That is all that I have for you this wonderful evening. Yeah, it's evening on my time right now. Anyways, I will see you guys real soon. Thank you for watching, and love all of you. Bye-bye. And where's the mouse? Yeah, I keep losing the mouse. I keep losing everything. Well, end it.